Welcome back to Toledo's most local 9 a.m. show, Good Day. It's as simple as I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree.
I remember that one.
Poetry.
And tonight, take 5 award-winning poets, 5 of the 19 Toledo area metro parks, and you have 5 poets, 5 parks. Julie Bloemeke is a Toledo native and an award-winning poet and one of the hosts for the event happening this evening. You grew up around here, but you live in Atlanta right now.
That's correct, yes. I'm a Toledo native and a proud member of Toledo Public Schools and St. Ursula Academy, and now I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, welcome home.
Yeah,
yes,
welcome
thank you.
home. So tell us about this event, combining the beautiful metro parks with poetry.
Yes, absolutely. It would be my pleasure. So part of what poetry is bringing together community. And what better way to bring community together through poetry than by collaboration. So this is an event that is hosting poets for National Poetry Month, but we're also bringing in letterpress printing and photography to highlight the eco-conservation efforts and the eco-awareness efforts that are happening at the Toledo Metro Parks.
It's a lot of wonderful things happening.
A lot.
Yeah.
So this started back in the fall, right, where poets started?
Yes, so for this year, so this is our second annual event, and yes, there were poets. So last year we had Toledo poets only. This year we've expanded our reach and we brought in Ohio poets, including our Ohio State Poet Laureate, Carrie Gunter Seymour. And they started working on their park poem by visiting the park, working on the poem, and then they collaborated with Sven Olaf Nelson of Pineapple Press and Design to put together the letterpress, which will be, the postcard will be distributed free to the community at this event tonight.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. So it's nice because these poets, they got a chance to visit the park. So really getting that on the ground inspiration.
Absolutely. And they were willing to travel, right? That which speaks to the beautiful amplification that's going on in Toledo and the kind of energy that's happening here.
There is a lot of great things happening.
Yes,
here,
absolutely.
Specifically in our metro parks too. You brought some examples this morning.
I did.
A little something.
So I have to be honest, I can't reveal the examples from this year. So these are from last year.
Okay, but give us a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. But these are the postcards, and so they are intended to be mailed or kept, but you can also plant them and then they grow because there are seeds within the handmade paper that are from Blue Creek Nursery from the Metro Parks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
But it goes back to the whole idea of reciprocity. Like, you know, we're returning to the earth what has come from the earth.
Wow.
So, so if you don't mind, I'm going to give you a little excerpt of one of the poems that we had last year. And this is from Carrie Troutman, who wrote on Wildwood Metro Park. And I'm just doing an excerpt because otherwise, you know, we'll be here way too long. But the excerpt is this. All children's clomping should reverberate above shaded blue trail wood planks. The Ottawa River below washing the day downstream to the Maumee, to Lake Erie, to anywhere. How could that fishy tide lit like spark plugs and through leaf sun not flow back again?
Lovely.
You can picture it,
You
can't
can. You can. I was just
Especially
I closed my eyes and took myself to Wildwood for a second. Yeah,
absolutely.
Love that.
And she's got all those little Toledo references packed in there. I mean, the reference to the spark plug. So there's also Toledo history, you know, incorporated as part of it too.
Thought.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
not that it's gone into the whole event as well, and having it all come. You brought some of your own work today too.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want to hear more. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so just the very small encapsulated story about how some of this got started. The Hilton's Toledo downtown saw my poem Glass City and invited me to have a broadside made, which it now hangs in the lobby of the Hilton's Toledo. So if you get a chance, you can stop by. And that's how I also met Sven Olaf Nelson, and one collaboration led to the next, and we were all talking about natural spaces, and that got us to the Metro Parks. So I thought, if you don't mind, I would read my poem Glass City, well, not the whole thing, just part, from my collection Slide to Unlock, which was published in 2020 by Sibling Rivalry Press. Yeah. And it is a pandemic book. Okay. It came out March 12th, 2020. So, wow. And it's a book largely about how we communicate through boundaries of intimacy due to technology. So it had a very eerie arrival into the world.
Okay.
So I will just give you a little excerpt from Glass City. Oh, and I'm on the wrong poem. I was wondering, I'm like, that's not glass.
You're like, I don't remember
so
that.
I have a bookmark and I have a paper. Okay, so here we go. Glass City this time. Here everything is molten, kissed, meant to be spun, the shape of it blown into being. See how we chase memory, distortion, even as it shatters in our hands. Look, when I hold it all, the sun burns every reflection, fires it back to new. Is it any wonder then I will call on the I, the you, our past, this city, word them into glass too.
Yeah, I love that.
Glass City.
Yeah, Glass
Thank you,
City,
the glass.
shattering,
And,
molding, all that.
Yes.
Flowing,
Yeah,
all of that.
love that.
Just beautiful.
Thank you.
People want to come out. This event is happening this evening.
It is, yes.
And it's close to us, I think.
Yeah, it's happening at the Glass City Pavilion at Glass City Metro Park.
A beautiful, beautiful venue within a beautiful venue.
And is this a free event?
It is a free event. We are unfortunately sold out.
Oh, okay.
So all of our tickets are taken. But again, that speaks to the power of poetry in community and in Toledo. So we were also sold out last year. So I'm thinking if we're doing this next year, we might need a bigger venue.
You might.
But one of the things that I carried with me from last year, so many people had never been to a poetry reading before. And they said, I didn't realize that my relationship to the land and to parks mattered. And now I know that it does.
Wow.
And that
Did everything for
Yes,
you.
that's it. That's it. So
Huge,
yeah.
beautiful. Julie, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For being here
Thank
today.
you
We
both so
appreciate
much,
it.
too.
Enjoy your time back here. in the
Thank
Glass
you.
Thanks for sharing your art with us as well.
When Toledo's Most Watched 9 a.m. show continues, it is Furry Friday.
Yeah, so not only will you meet this adorable animal, but we'll introduce you to a young man whose mission is to serve them by doing some baking. We'll explain when Good Day continues.